we need to break down men. We need to break down society. We need to transform it. It's all about power and control. And you're exactly on point. These are the steps that they take to get there.
Well, the biggest key is actually transforming the populace into a victim. Is transforming them into saying that you are all victims of this other thing, right? And when you do that, you create the fertile ground by which to grow dissent, right? And this is what you see when you have so many victims. Everything is the enemy, right? And Nietzsche spoke to this quite clearly about the slave mentality. Is when you have the slave mentality, the master, all the things that make up the master, right? All the characteristics, you then begin to what's the word for it? You begin to uphold the values that the master is not. So if the master is smart and intelligent, you tend to praise stupidity and ignorance, right? When the master is for law and order, you begin to uphold the ideals of vengeance and excuse me, and the like, right? So you begin to value those things that are not the master. Okay. And that's where you get this victimhood mentality, where everything that makes you a victim empowers you to break the system down that you are currently residing in. And that's the most dangerous aspect of that.
Interesting, because that is how George Soros, that's always the blueprint or the kernel of his color revolutions. Is he'll come in and he'll focus on, I mean, they take causes that are justifiable. I don't want to see discrimination against gay people. I don't want to see victims of police brutality, but they'll come in and they'll hone on that and cultivate it. It'll start with, trans people aren't being treated fairly, in Italy or Greece. And that's how they foment their color revolutions.
Now, there will be people who, as soon as they hear George Soros say, their eyes glaze over. There is something that I would mention. In Minneapolis, we had a nonprofit called Yes for Minneapolis. That was the defund the police movement. That was specifically funded by the Open Society Foundation. Mm-hmm. So, while there are people who listen to us here in Minneapolis who their eyes would glaze over if they heard George Soros, they've certainly heard of defund the police, and they've heard of Yes for Minneapolis. And that was a nonprofit that was set up with $500,000 specifically just to lobby for that.